When I was young, I thought happiness had three ingredients: women, money, fame. Simple, clear, non-negotiable. That is what the world teaches you, even if it never says it directly. You see it in movies, in music, in the way people talk about success. The man who has money is respected. The man who has women is desired. The man who has fame is remembered. So I made a decision early. If those are the ingredients, then I will get all three. And I did. I chased them with discipline. I worked longer than most people. I sacrificed things people were not willing to sacrifice. I ignored relationships, ignored rest, ignored my own peace, because I believed there was a point, a moment, where everything would come together, where I would finally feel complete. By 35, I had money most people dream about. Not just enough, more than enough. The kind of money that changes how people look at you. The kind of money that opens doors before you even knock. I had women around me, beautiful, interested, available, but not because of me, because of what came with me. And I had a reputation, a name that carried weight. People knew who I was. They returned my calls. They invited me into rooms I used to only see from the outside. From the outside, it looked like I had won. If you had asked anyone, they would have said the same thing. He made it. He figured it out. He has everything. But here is what nobody tells you. Catching what the world promises you does not feel the way you think it will. The money made me anxious, not because I did not have enough, because I had too much to lose. Every decision became heavier. Every risk became scarier. You stop thinking about how to grow. You start thinking about how not to fall. You watch people differently. You question intentions. You wonder if they are there for you or for what you have. And slowly, without noticing, trust disappears. The women. That illusion breaks even faster, because attention is not the same as connection. Desire is not the same as loyalty. An attraction that is built on what you have will leave the moment what you have changes. And it does change. It always changes. When the money slows down, even slightly. When the energy is not the same. When you are not as exciting as you used to be. They disappear. Not dramatically, quietly, gradually, until one day you look around and realize they were never really there. And the loneliness that follows that is not normal loneliness. It is heavier, because now you know what fake connection feels like, and that makes real connection harder to trust. Then there is fame, the most deceptive one of all, because fame gives you access, but it takes away privacy. It brings people close, but not for the right reasons. People smile at you, agree with you, laugh at things that are not even funny, not because they respect you, because they benefit from you. And the few people who would actually tell you the truth, who would disagree with you, who would see you as a human being, not a resource, those people slowly fade away, because the environment you built does not reward honesty. It rewards usefulness. So now you are surrounded, but alone, connected, but empty, successful, but restless. I spent 35 years chasing, and 35 years recovering from what I caught. That is the part nobody talks about, the recovery. Because once you see through the illusion, you cannot unsee it. The things you once desired start to feel hollow, but you do not yet know what to replace them with. So you exist in between, not satisfied with the world, but not yet connected to something deeper. That space is one of the most uncomfortable places a man can live in. I tried everything: more work, more distractions, more experiences, travel, new environments, different people. But the pattern stayed the same. Temporary relief, followed by the same emptiness. Because the problem was not outside. It was the expectation. I was expecting something temporary, to give me something permanent. And that will never work, no matter how much you have, no matter how far you go, no matter how many people admire you. At 62, I found Islam, and the first thing it gave me was not rules, not restrictions, not limitations. It gave me clarity. This life is temporary. It is not the destination. It is the test. Simple. But when you truly understand it, everything changes. The emptiness started to make sense. The anxiety started to make sense. The constant feeling that something was missing finally had an explanation. I was trying to build a permanent home in a place that was never meant to hold me forever. That is not a failure. That is design. This world is not broken. Your expectations of it are. You are not supposed to feel complete here. You are not supposed to find perfect peace here. You are not supposed to be fully satisfied here, because if you were, you would never look beyond it. Islam does not tell you to reject the world. It tells you to understand it, to use it, but not depend on it. You can have money, but it should not own your peace. You can have relationships, but they should not define your worth. You can have success, but it should not become your identity. Everything becomes lighter, because nothing is your foundation anymore. Your foundation becomes something higher, something stable, something that does not disappear when circumstances change. And for the first time, you experience a different kind of peace. Not the loud kind, not the exciting kind, the quiet kind, the steady kind, the kind that stays even when things around you are not perfect. I am not telling you to stop working. I am not telling you to stop building. I am not telling you to give up ambition. I am telling you to correct your expectation. Do not expect this world to give you what only your Creator can, because when you do that, you turn blessings into burdens. Money becomes stress. Relationships become dependency. Success becomes pressure. But when your expectations are aligned, everything returns to its proper place. Money becomes a tool. Relationships become companionship. Success becomes responsibility. And your peace stops depending on things that can disappear. If you are still chasing and something inside you feels off, listen to that feeling. It is not weakness, it is awareness. If you have achieved things you once dreamed of and still feel something missing, that is not failure. That is your soul reminding you that it was made for more. Not more money, not more attention, more meaning, more truth, more connection to something real. I spent decades ignoring that voice. Do not make the same mistake, because the longer you ignore it, the louder it becomes. And one day, you will have everything you thought you wanted and still feel nothing. And that realization is heavier than starting with nothing. If you have been chasing and still feel empty, comment truth below. And if you are ready to stop chasing illusions and start building something real, everything you need is waiting for you in the link in our profile.